Welcome to another episode. I'm Dale Bartos.
And I'm Chase Grant. And Dale, don't you hate it when you're watching a YouTube video and they have no idea how to run the audio, so it's just like all peaking and scratchy and like clipping, and it just sounds like dog the whole time?
So bad, man.
It makes it hard to watch the video, even if it's good content.
Yeah.
It's like, can't handle this.
I'm not going to watch a video that has bad audio.
Yeah, I'll try, and then like when my ears start to bleed, I give up, and it's just not.
It's just so distracting. Like,
Yeah, that's so true.
If you're a professional and claim to be a professional in the industry and your audio sucks, then you're not a professional.
No,
like it's simple as that.
One of the pillars of media is the audio.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, you can't make great video without great audio. Like, that's it.
Totally.
So, Chase, how can audio make or break great video?
Well, like you mentioned before, I think the biggest thing is the distraction of bad audio, because it takes away from like the vision you're actually trying to portray, you know? But then you get past bad audio and you know how to set your levels, and then what's the next step? You know, it's like, yeah, you can get better microphones and do slight things like that just to get better tone in the pre-production, I guess, aspect, but then adding in Foley even and sound effects, things like that. Amplifying noises helps paint a bigger picture, because you might not see their feet on the ground, but you know that they're on tile because you can hear the footsteps, or, you know, it adds like a little bit more to the painting as you're creating that audio.
Yeah. So there are so many really good professional videos out there that people are like, how are they capturing audio of their feet walking through gravel? How are they capturing all this audio? There are so many resources in post-production for sound effects that there are people that go out and literally just capture audio. And there are these amazing websites that you can purchase sound effects. You can subscribe to these websites and download sound effects. Utilizing those in video is so important today, because it elevates your video from here to here just by using sound effects.
Yeah. I was watching,
tastefully placed sound effects.
Yes. Overusing it can seem kind of corny.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And I was watching a movie the other day, and it was weird because, I mean, it was a horror movie, but the way that they did the sound effects just added so much to the immersiveness of it all that, like, I think especially in, like, when you're talking about horror, you've got so many layers that just get you into that room with that, you know, creepy closet,
like a heartbeat sound effect. There's
subtle
so many,
things.
so many subtle things
and
that you don't notice until you really, really listen.
Right, and it's like the little shimmer that you could add in like a wedding video or something too, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you play around with much like Foley and adding sound effects at all with some of your wedding videos that you do?
Very subtly. Again, going back to overusing sound effects, I feel like wedding video is a place that it would be really easy to overuse, and I don't want to ever take away from also the raw and realness of what's being said throughout the video. So how I kind of structure my wedding films is I implement a lot of audio of people talking either about our couple, to our couple throughout the day, or the couple themselves talking, and that takes me back to capturing good audio as well. Sound effects is huge. Like, let's say I'm shooting a scene of a lake, like Lake Michigan, for example, and I'm getting beautiful drone footage, this venue right on Lake Michigan, and the waves are crashing, and obviously I can't capture that day of, so I'm going to use sound effects, the proper right sound effects of waves crashing, but only in certain points throughout the video. And it's not going to be every time you see waves either. It's like there's especially specific moments in an intro, let's say the intro to the video, where I've got beautiful drone footage and I really want to just accentuate that. We're going to bring in some waves crashing. We're going to bring in the sound of some birds, like seagulls, cawing, you know, whatever it is, and then we're going to fade it out and bring in really good audio. So it's something I struggled with in the beginning of wedding filmmaking. And it wasn't that I didn't know what I was doing. It was sometimes capturing good audio is out of your control. Unfortunately, like, you can't, especially in a run and gun situation like shooting a wedding, sometimes capturing really good audio is just completely out of your control.
Yeah.
But that goes back to having all the tools in the tool chest that you can possibly have. So I have made it a huge point to have redundant redundant recordings.
Ways
of
to capture, yeah.
anything I can throughout the day. So obviously last ditch effort is an on-camera mic. Horrible audio.
Right.
But it'll at least catch good ambient audio of, people cheering or clapping or
Yeah.
whatever. I'm capturing audio from a DJ board, sound mixer, whatever it is, directly to a external recorder via XLR. There's times where I'm double miking a Groom.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sending audio directly into the camera via either DJI mics or there's a lot of other things that you can use that way. And then I'm sending audio directly from the Groom or the officiant or whoever is talking directly into a recorder on its own to an SD card where the mic is close to their face, capturing just clean, really good audio. And obviously, you can have all the tools in the tool chest, but not know what you're doing with them too.
Because, yeah, like you mentioned, being as close to their mouth as possible, it's like if you're not recording close enough to the source, then you're losing that good ratio of background noise to the source noise.
Yeah, it's like this, for example, like you're capturing really good audio right now because you're getting the full range of my voice compared to we're back here. You're getting
thinner,
okay audio, but you're not getting the full range.
Yeah, the depth to it.
You're not getting the low frequencies, some of the mids. You're getting more high mids, upper frequencies, which can sound okay, but it's not going to sound full.
Yeah, and you're getting more of the room too in the reverb, which can be useful in music, but not always with, especially like podcasts or anything like that.
Totally.
Definitely.
So we talked about capturing good audio. We talked about having every tool that you can possibly have to capture good audio.
Yeah.
What kind of post-production work can make or break good audio as well?
Well, a really cool tool that I like to use too is like spectral audio editing. Mm-hmm. So you can, because when you think about recording like this one microphone and you have like, say my phone goes off, and makes a noise. It's all layered together. It's all printed together. My voice is overlapped with the same frequencies that are going on with that tone of the phone, for instance. But what spectral audio editing lets you do is go in there and basically like do surgery on the audio, cut that out, but still leave my voice in, which is, before that, it was just like you're either chopping that section out or leaving it alone, So that can be huge.
Yeah.
We've had, and I wasn't filming the wedding, but I was DJing the wedding. And it was during the ceremony when it was at a venue downstate, and they had a parking lot right next to where they were getting married in front of this beautiful barn. And there was a small disc golf course that public access to during the wedding. And some guy gets in his car, turns it on, rolls all his windows down, and just starts blaring music.
Yeah.
For like, just to be, I don't know if he was really trying to be rude or what it was, but like things like that, if you can go in and be able to like cut that out, if they're, in the recordings for their vows, like, they're going to appreciate that, and that's the extra step that not everyone can take, but as a real professional, something you want to strive for.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I don't have a ton of experience with, I guess, that deep of post-production work on audio. I'm very good with capturing good audio and, doing your basic.
And that's the most important step.
Basic
really.
Post-production, which if you don't know how to EQ audio and how to manipulate frequencies, then that's also very important, because a lot of times when you're capturing audio, especially with certain microphones, it really depends on the microphone you're using as well, but you've got frequencies that are accentuated in someone's voice that just don't sound good, that you need to actually cut out in post-production. So as a videographer, if you're editing, if you can learn basic EQ, so learning what a lot of times is mid-range frequencies you want to cut out of people's voices, because they just don't sound good.
There's definitely certain portions in like the upper mids that can be like harsh.
Yes. Harsh, and then you've got mud that you also want to cut out at times. It all depends on the person's voice too. So different voices changes what you're cutting frequency wise.
Yeah.
As well as, a lot of times you're boosting gain, you're doing some noise cancellation, you're compressing sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like when you got, dad giving his speech and he's like, and then I was talking, and then all of a sudden he's holding it over here. It's like you can compress that a little bit and at least take
evens
that down
it out
a little bit.
Slightly. Yeah.
Even it out.
100%. Yep. So I always recommend to videographers to take some kind of course for audio, because you can capture decent audio, but if you don't know what you're doing in post with it either, it's still subpar. It's still not as great as it can be.
Yeah, because the source is definitely the most important. If you have
Yeah.
a crappy recording, like
Yeah.
the best
There's
engineer
only
in the
so
world
much
can't
you can do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's huge.
Yeah, and then obviously learning reverb, learning when to apply it, when not to apply it, how much to apply is very important. Like, thankfully for me, I have a background in audio. Like, I didn't go to school for it, but I went to school for music. Through that, I was able to do a lot of live sound training, a lot of studio training even, and not even all necessarily training, just a lot of hands-on work throughout the years, which gives you a really good foundation for good audio.
Yeah, it teaches you how to troubleshoot.
Yeah.
And know when the audio isn't good, because sometimes on the spot you're like, okay, I'm getting good levels, but am I really listening, like tentatively listening to this feed in the headphones and being like, oh, this is a little tinny, we need to move the mics a little closer, things like that I know you're really good at because of that experience.
And gain structure too is very important. Like, you're really good at that. Like, tell us a little bit about your background in audio. Like, you went to school for it?
Yeah, I went to college for audio tech and then started a small recording studio, like a bedroom studio, kind of built that up over the years. Kept buying things, just like throw it on the credit card, pay off the credit card with the recording money, and then, voila, now you have a recording studio. And, like, the classes taught me a lot, but it was a lot of, like, here's a taste of live audio. Here's a taste of studio work. Here's like a taste of post-production and more like Foley work and things like that. Sure. And then what do you like? And it kind of sets you in that direction. Mm-hmm. And I really liked the studio work. I liked the personal connection with people, being in that intimate setting a lot of times, working with musicians or podcasters or what have you. Mm. Well, and from there, I learned most everything just doing it. Like you were saying, like working with live audio, like you learn what works and what doesn't work for your setting. Yeah. And what mic's gonna sound better. And if you have the ability to A/B test things, that's huge. Like having a guinea pig to be like, all right, play these drums, and then I'm gonna swap out a few mics and try it with these, or try the drums with these mics, and like just that kind of testing. You just can't get that from just YouTube videos. A lot of times, you just gotta try it.
Yeah, trial and error. And I got really lucky, I guess, with my background, because I've been in environments of sound audio for so many years now that it's something I'm always thinking of. It's something, it doesn't matter what I'm filming, it doesn't matter, like, I've been very involved with like church life stuff that has given me a lot of experience with audio, not just as a musician, but I've been the guy on the soundboard running live sound for different events, different services, whatever we've got going on. And it constantly makes you think. Gain structure, very important, because, again, we're going back to if the source is bad, if you're not getting a good source of audio, good input gain, there's only so much you can do.
Well, and that helps you be a better musician, too, because then you understand how to be the good source to an extent,
Yeah.
Right.
And it makes you a better filmmaker. It makes you better.
Exactly. A better creator,
You have to think about audio just as much as you have to think about video and what you're capturing. Because capturing good audio, but going back to the whole sound design thing, that's almost half of the aspect of storytelling. You're telling a story more so than just the video that you're capturing. You're telling a story with the audio
because
when you're implementing.
When you're out there filming, you're not going to get that audio of the leaves rustling, or like the wind blowing through the leaves or anything like that. So like you said, with having the waves crashing, like adding that in post puts you back in that scene just that much more.
It's just immersive. Cool. Like you, as the viewer, you want to be as immersed in this video as you possibly can be. So that involves, like for me, for wedding videos, it has involved capturing every single moment of anyone talking throughout the day. Again, I'm going back to wedding video because it's what I do mostly. Like it's my bread and butter. And what has taken my wedding films from here to here has been audio. And if you're not capturing good audio for your wedding films and you claim to be a wedding video professional, then you need to rethink that and get really good at really good audio.
Because like circling back, it's overlooked a lot. So if you're just focused on everything else, which is all still important, composition and like lighting and everything, like
no one wants to just see B-roll of someone's wedding day. No one just wants to see B-roll and say, oh, that's pretty footage and not actually be immersed, to actually feel like you're a part of the day, to actually, as the couple, to actually relive your wedding day. I don't think you can actually properly do that without good audio.
Yeah.
Like, you're just watching pretty video throughout the day. That means nothing. I mean, it means something to them, but if you can incorporate really good audio from speeches, like their best man and their maid of honor,
like the sniffles, you know.
Yeah,
like when
all
things
of
get
the
emotional.
emotion. Like,
yeah.
you can't capture emotion without audio. Like,
For
it's
sure.
just not a thing. So
Yeah.
it's great.